All you homeowners have unique needs. Some feel the need to leave up holiday decorations year-round. Others have the need to use their garage as practice space for their new metal band. And because each homeowner has unique needs, Geico helps you get the right coverage for your home and what's in it. That way, you get exactly what's right for you, even if your needs are unique. Get more with Geico.
This is Scoot from the Cleveland Sports Fan Network, here to tell you about our new lineup for the rest of 2021 and beyond. We still have your favorites like Oshimida and the Fan on Mondays, our flagship show, the Cleveland Sports Fan, on Tuesdays. Wednesday has the Burley Gunner Show. Thursday is the Four Chubs, a roundtable show hosted by Burley Gunner. And on Friday, Pit Road News, a NASCAR, F1, and IndyCar talk show hosted by Scoot, the Cleveland sports fan himself. New episodes every day at 6 a.m. Eastern. Visit us at redcircle.com/Cleveland-sport-fan. Hey, this is Scott.
And Burke.
From the Davis and Davis Show, the podcast for everything Ohio. Two guys who met at the University of Akron and have a love for Northern Ohio.
We talk about everything from entertainment to motorsports to fine wine and spirits.
Do you want to get a little insight on Northern Ohio from the perspective of two middle-aged men? Well, as we say, grab a beer, a glass of wine, sit down, relax, and listen.
New shows every Thursday morning at 6 a.m. Eastern. Just go to www.redcircle.com/Davis and Davis.
Or find us on Apple Podcast, Prime Podcast, Google Podcast. Check out our Facebook page at Davis and Davis. We're not a real law firm.
And we just don't care.
Welcome to the law firm of Davis and Davis. We're not a real law firm.
Go ahead, grab a beer, a glass of wine, sit back and listen.
And we're back.
Whoa. God, that was a long break, wasn't it?
A little bit. He has some business to take care of.
Here we go. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi.
Actually, it's not welcome back because this is going to be the beginning of part 2.
Well, welcome to the show, everybody. We're still taping, but you didn't know that because we didn't tell you that.
I even changed costumes for this.
Because everyone listening will know that. And he changed his cologne too, just so you know.
I am still drinking.
The same, yeah, I'm still drinking. Well, I did add some ginger ale to my bourbon just to kind of thin it out. Yeah, but I was chasing it with ginger ale.
Okay, so I guess I'm going to have to say this about the Elijah, whatever it's called. After the ice melted a little bit, it drew it down some. I'm telling you right now, it is smooth as shit.
You probably should add that in an actual glass because is that a brewmate that you're, look at that. It's probably not melting.
Oh, yeah, baby.
That's a good-looking color, man. But that's probably not melting fast enough for what the bourbon needs. So a glass probably would be, or a mug, would probably be a better choice for that.
You know what? Fuck it. No, it tastes great.
It's growing on you.
This is not... Okay, the first hit that I took off of it, about 30 seconds afterwards, I had that heartburn feeling. This time, I don't have it.
Well, good.
And so I'm enjoying it a little bit more. It is not your top-notch bourbon.
No.
But this would be great with ginger ale or something like that. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna try it with some lemonade. I've gotten into this lemonade thing lately. Like I'm mixing with lemonade now. I don't know why. I can't figure it out. I was actually drinking Finlandia vodka the other day with I started out doing screwdrivers. I actually went and bought like 4 gallons of orange juice. I was like, we're gonna have it. But then I accidentally grabbed the lemonade and put it in. I was like, damn, that's good. That's some good shit.
I also bought Tanqueray vodka, which I've never tried before.
I have never tried Tanqueray vodka. I didn't know that they made a vodka.
I didn't either until I was perusing the vodka aisle and went, okay, Tanqueray vodka. Okay, fair enough. Very nice, very smooth. Makes a decent martini. More on the olive side than the citrus side, I would think. But other than that, yeah, it mix well with any mixer you want to put in it. And not terribly expensive.
And for any of the children out there that are listening to this podcast, we do not promote the use of alcohol to drown your sorrows.
Or while doing heavy machinery.
But if you're at home and your mother's not around, it is legal for you to go and sneak a swig every so often.
I thought you had to have parental permission.
Holy shit, not here in Texas, man.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, well, that's Texas, yeah. There's a lot of questionable things that are legal in Texas. We're not going to... Y'all are close to Alabama, for fuck's sake.
Remember, we are the law firm that doesn't do law.
Don't trust our shit. We don't know what we're talking about. All right, so we have talked about our alcohol consumptions and done our reviews, and we are now on to the Cannonball Run.
End of line.
Which you have to get some
End
like
of line.
current Tron stuff.
Every time Burke talks, it's just gonna go end of line. Wait. Hey, hang on. I have to do my it's this one here.
PC load letter? What the fuck does that mean?
You ever have one of those days?
Oh,
you ever
God.
have one of those days, Burke, where you're just sitting there at work and all of a sudden it
PC
comes
load
out.
letter? What the fuck does that mean?
End of line.
Oh, look at the pretty kitty.
He wants to be petted for about 3 seconds, and then he wants nothing to do with you. So. Alrighty then. That sounded gross. Did you get the goat? Tell me you got the goat.
I didn't find the goat yet.
God damn it, Juan. I can get it on Zedge for crying out loud. Get the goat.
Oh my god! Hey man, I found I found and I still have. Uh-oh.
No, you don't.
Other legend. Other legend.
For those people that can't understand what that is, that's Mr. Oshimida saying that he's a legend. And we all
watch
know.
your levels on that. There's a little crackling on my end, so just watch that shit when you're.
Wait, is it crackling right now?
No, only when you do the sound effects.
What, this one?
Any of them.
Maybe
Legend.
Yeah, little
Hey.
crackles.
You know, the crackle, I do believe, is actually in the track.
In all of them?
Well, let's see here.
Yep, crackle.
Oh, I hear crackle too. Let's see.
Yep, crackle.
Yeah, I hear crackle too.
What the F, man? You got some
Uh,
more. You got some explaining to do, Lucy.
I don't know, man. It's, I don't know.
All right, so I got I'm representing Akron again. You got to yell at me for this shit. I was wearing Toledo last week.
Oh,
You
shit.
bitched.
I didn't actually notice that you were wearing
Oh, yeah.
the University of Akron. Now,
Akron.
you see, I hear crackle all the time, but it's the freaking Bluetooth headphones that I wear.
No, there's no crackle until you do sound effects. So, yep, crackle.
You know what? We'll figure it out.
No, yeah.
We'll figure it out. I don't know. I don't know what else.
Yeah. What was that?
Hang on. I think I need to turn the volume up on that. Oh, look at that.
It's time to move on.
You need to get fatality from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Did I play the long one for you?
But I said I don't care if they lay me off either, because I told Bill that if they move my desk one more time, then I'm quitting. I'm going to quit. And I told Dom too, because they've moved my desk 4 times already this year, and I used to be over by the window and I could see the squirrels, and they were married, but then they switched from the swing line to the Boston stapler. But I kept my swing line stapler because it didn't bind up as much, and I kept the staples for the swing line stapler.
Okay, Milton.
And oh no, it's not okay, because if they make me, if they take my stapler, then I'll set the building on fire.
Okay, well that sounds great. I'll talk to you later. All right, bye.
I have got to figure that crackling thing out now. I don't know if it happens on the on
our side or your side, or yeah.
I'll have to. I will have to check that out.
Do a little investigative.
Yeah. I honestly, I picked up all of these drops like really, really freaking quick today. So, hey, we're supposed to be working on another movie.
Yes. And what movie are we doing again?
Well, just look at the backdrop behind me and you'll know. Oh, wait, people can't see that shit.
Yeah, right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the second movie that we're going to review is the Cannonball Run. And then after this, after we review the Cannonball Run, we will sit down and discuss we're going to put one movie up against another and see which one wins.
There is no winner here. We all enjoy ourselves. It's kind of like the participation trophy.
And now Burke is no longer with us.
This is just one of those instances where I like one thing and he likes another and he's wrong. He just won't admit it. So it's all good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. The Cannonball Run came out in 1981, was directed by Mr. Hal Needham.
Who did what else?
Well, he's done several things, but he was a stuntman first. If
highest paid
nobody
stuntman in
knew.
the world.
He is actually the stuntman that supposedly Hooper was roughly written
Based
about.
upon, yep.
Yeah.
Notable films: Smokey and the Bandit, Stroker Ace, Megaforce, which I saw in the theaters.
Megaforce was awesome.
Fucking Barry Bostwick on the flying motorcycle. That's the shit right there. I do not care
what anyone says. I do not care if Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 2 because it was cheesy as shit. It was great.
It was the 1980s movie to end all 1980s movies.
No shit. Oh man, I loved it. I loved that. But he
did stunts in Blazing Saddles. I did not know that.
Did stunts in Blazing Saddles. So now it goes beyond that. He's actually in Lone Wolf McQuade, but I don't think that he got acknowledged.
He was uncredited. Yeah, the original TV series of Star Trek. No shit. Alrighty, man. Wild Wild West. Hell yeah, boy!
I am telling you, Hal Needham was one of the biggest stuntmen in LA. The Fall Guy was roughly based around Hal Needham. Yeah.
How the West was won. Very nice.
Because Hal Needham did what he had to do to make money. He became a director. If he directed a movie, you will see him in the movie. Do you know what he played in the Cannonball Run?
I do not know what he played in the Cannonball Run. What did he play in the Cannonball Run?
In the Cannonball Run, when Burt Reynolds and Dom DeLuise get into the accident and they're put in the ambulance to be taken to the hospital, it only hurts when I use my finger when I point with it only hurts when I point with my finger. Dom DeLuise, come on, man. Come on. Hold on. Are you
I watched this film. I watched it.
I don't remember watch this film.
I watched it. I watched it today.
I watched it, man. I swear to God.
I didn't watch the other one, the one that I love, but I watched this one.
How could you? Oh my!
Because I didn't dig the DVD out of my fucking pack in enough time, but you had the thing on the thing, so I was watching it today.
2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen. He had 2 weeks. Don't give me that crap. That was lazy.
Look, I got 2 pages of shit on this stuff.
Lazy.
Uh-huh.
Hang on here. Davis and Davis. Where's my Davis and Davis folder? Because I'm going to have to actually show you what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Cannonball Run.
The one accident I remember is when Foyt gets into the accident.
Okay, hang on here. I am going to have to stop sharing my sound with you to do this. I love you, Burke. I do.
No, you don't.
Of course I do. There it is.
Fuck, I didn't know Bianca Jagger was in this fucking film. Holy crap.
And let's move that a little bit forward.
And ambulance boom. EMT uncredited.
Share. Basic. Screen 3. And
the miracle of editing, this dead spot will be cut out.
What? Who the hell's texting me?
You fucking geek. That is a TARDIS. That's the Doctor Who.
Shut up.
You fucking geek. I don't even have sci-fi shit on my phone.
Oh my God, you're not supposed to tell people. What screen am I on? Screen 3 there. Let's see. Can you see that?
Yes.
What do you see?
I see an ambulance. Is it the very beginning of the film?
No. Can you hear it? Oh,
Negative.
I'm really gonna.
Oh God, I must have. Okay, so I watched the beginning of the film 2 weeks ago, so I've probably forgotten about that.
Ready?
Do it.
You know, you guys are lucky. I mean, you tore the heck out of that boat. You're all right, Victor? Oh, I'm fine, JJ. It only hurts when I point. You know, maybe it would have been better if you didn't pay so much attention to those girls. Nobody's perfect. That's true. Nobody's perfect.
Except for him.
Sorry. How far is it to the hospital? Oh, about 10 miles. Oh, yeah? How long will it take to get there? About 4 or 5 minutes. You can smoke through traffic like shot through a gun in this thing.
Sorry, actually, I totally missed that section of the film. I watched them landing the plane, picking up beers, taking off, and I must have gone past that bit there. I apologize.
That's right. That's right.
I am remiss.
That was Hal Needham as the ambulance attendant. Hal Needham directed the movie. I think I need to go through the stats a little bit before we go into our deep dive. our deep dive that I can already tell
it's gonna be much longer than the first one.
Inside my loins that I will beat you in the trivia for this.
Oh God, yeah.
I did not pull my trivia from IMDb.
I don't think I did either, so we're both on an even keel now.
All right. Came out in 19... Oh, come on.
1981.
1981, ladies and gentlemen. It starred Burt Reynolds. Actually, this is going to take a little bit of time here.
Yeah, there was there was almost too many fucking people in this film.
All right. Burt Reynolds, Roger Moore, Farrah Fawcett, Dom DeLuise, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., Jack Elam.
God, I love Jack Elam.
Adrienne Barbeau.
And I love her even more.
Terry Bradshaw.
He was a sports guy, wasn't he?
Jackie Chan.
This is like the first or second movie in America.
It was his first movie in America.
That's awesome. And he got to show off his shit and his comedy too, which was awesome.
Burt Convey, Jamie Farr, George Firth, Michael Way.
You skipped over Peter Fonda, for fuck's sake.
I haven't skipped over anyone yet. Am I at the end of the frickin' thing? Michael Huey, Bianca Jagger, Molly Picone, Peter Fonda, Jimmy the Greek as Jimmy the Greek.
Yes.
Hal Needham, Albert S. Rudy was the producer, Ricky Avils, and Mel Tillis.
Yes.
Now Mel Tillis I love.
Oh God, he is fucking hilarious in this.
But before we get into that, let's take a look at the box office for 1981. I don't know where to start with this.
It's a tough one because they actually had a bunch of payouts that I don't know that actually showed up in the budget.
Let's see here. The highest paid show was Superman 2
Okay.
with $108 million taken at the box office. The lowest paid on my sheet, which is not the lowest paid, but it's the lowest paid on my sheet, came in at 37, and that was Arthur with Dudley Moore at $3,600,000.
And I quote that fucking movie all the goddamn time.
Where the hell do you think the Cannonball Run came in? Unless you already know.
I do not. I'm going to take a guess and say it was probably number 9.
Came in at number 3.
Oh, wow.
$72 million.
Nice.
The only movie to beat it besides Superman, which you know Superman's going to win.
Yeah, it's Superman.
Was Stripes with Bill Murray.
Oh God, a classic.
And yeah.
So what was the budget? What was the budget that they showed?
Hang on, let me scroll over to my budget-o-meter. Boom. And give me a second because I'm on the wrong page.
Got it.
And we're working.
18 million estimated.
Okay. So, yes, 18 million.
That's estimated. Now, they did have a bunch of payouts after that due to a really bad set of circumstances. We'll get into that later.
Well, yeah, we'll get into that. That's I don't know how to deal with that. That may be something that I will let you talk about. The budget was $18 million. Opening weekend payout was $11 million.
Very nice.
Actually, almost 12 million because it was 11,700,000.
Yeah. Gross U.S. Canada 72 mil.
So the people know, we talked about this a little bit earlier, but we didn't go into detail because I said we had to wait until we got to the Cannonball Run. This movie was written by Brock Yates. Who is Brock Yates?
Brock Yates is the actual fucking big baller man who actually started and ran the actual race from coast to coast. The Cannonball Baker Memorial. And I can't remember the whole goddamn name because it's long and involved. But yes, he started it, got it going, participated many times. Editor for Road and Track, not Road and Track. Oh God, what was the editor for? Shit.
Oh,
the bourbon starts interfering at this point in time.
Yeah. Hang on a second here. Let me. Brock Yates was the editor for, or he was
Road and Track.
Writer for Road and Track.
Yes. And wrote a book, which I read about the actual Cannonball Run Coast to Coast, which is a great read. And he takes bits from other drivers.
That was actually where I got the information that he actually stopped stopped doing the Cannonball because it was becoming too dangerous.
Yep. But I love the fact that, like, I think there was like 5 other contributors to that book, and they all talk about, they get out of New York, blah blah blah, and every single chapter, like chapter 2 is, and then we hit Ohio, and he mentions that in the goddamn movie. He has a line about, until you hit Ohio or something like that in the movie, which I thought was hilarious.
Before we go into depth in the movie, I want to name off some movies that the Cannonball Run beat out in the box office.
Fair enough.
The very next movie, number 4, For Your Eyes Only.
Not the best Bond film. But actually, this movie made more money than that movie did too, which I find rather, because he's in it. Well, he's in both of them.
Yes. The Cannonball Run made $72 million. For Your Eyes Only made
48,
$54 million.
Yeah.
Let me scroll down. History of the World Part 1 only made $31 million. It came in 7th. Let me scroll down. Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark came in 14th, making $21 million.
When was that movie released?
June 12th.
No shit. Wow. That movie gained a little bit of traction later on in life, apparently.
Yes, that movie became a cult classic well after it came out. Taps.
I remember watching that movie. Yeah.
Only made $3 million that year. What else came out this? The Incredible Shrinking Woman. That was oh God, who was that? I swear to God, this was wasn't that the dude from I don't remember. I don't remember. Needless to say, I'm not going to go into it. On that note,
Lily Tomlin.
That was it. How much?
Charles Grodin, Ned Beatty.
That made $20 million.
Jesus fuck.
Came in 17th.
Like, I think I've seen that, and that was not that great a movie.
Do me a favor and look up The Final Conflict.
Final I can't spell, apparently. Flicked. 1993?
No, it would be 1981.
I'm not seeing anything on IMDb for that.
20th Century Fox.
Conflict. 1981. Sam Neill. Oh, God.
Okay.
That's a remake. That's like a precursor to The Omen. Oh, it's Omen 2. Omen 3, The Final Conflict. Sam Neill, Don Gordon, and a lot of people I have never heard of in my life. Okay, fair enough.
And probably my favorite rom-com ever, Continental Divide. John Belushi.
Oh, okay.
God, I want to say Sissy Spacek, but it wasn't Sissy Spacek. Do a quick search on that because I can't look stuff up. If I do, I'm going to fuck up my trivia.
That's all right. That is Blair Brown.
Okay.
As Nell Porter. John Belushi, Alan Garfield. I've never heard of any of these people except for John Belushi.
Okay, John Belushi.
Ron Dean. I take that back. Ron Dean I've heard of.
John Belushi plays a writer for a newspaper. God, we may have to do a deep dive into this.
Oh, dear God. Never seen it.
we will discuss this at another time. Right now, we are on the Cannonball Run, people.
We're on the Cannonball Run. Hey, can we? I am completely out of alcohol.
Okay, I was. Man,
but go ahead if you have a point, make it.
No, we had 5 minutes till our break. Jeez, man, your bladder sucks.
No, I'm out of alcohol. I don't have to take a leak. I just have to get more alcohol.
Jesus Christ, I need to drink some more, motherfucker. All right, we'll be back. Oh, man, I am so glad that we took that little break there.
Had to go pee-pee again, did you?
Dude, have you noticed as you've gotten older that your balls kind of rub up against your knees and keep them clean now?
No. And the reason I don't have that issue is I've always worn underwear that keeps them up and tight. Kind of like a bra. Kind of like a banana hammock.
Tidy whities.
No,
Ooh.
fuck no. Fuck no.
Banana hammock?
Ish, bikini style, I guess you might want to say. Poco elegantes is some of the, Yeah, man. Keep that shit up tight, man. Yeah.
I don't even know why I'm laughing.
Well, your balls are slapping on your ankles. Mine are just, they're right where they're supposed to be.
I wear, so you know.
I don't want to know, but.
Biker shorts.
No, okay.
I
can't stand the shit that goes down my legs for no fucking reason. It's like I'm not getting on the bike. I'm not doing workout. I don't want that shit going down to my knees. Just keep the shit tight where it's at now.
I like the shit going down my knees. Especially if her name is Heather. All right. We are back to the Cannonball Run, ladies and gentlemen. The Cannonball Run, my favorite movie from 1981. I can't say anything else because, dude, I got favorite movies everywhere.
Oh yeah. Now I cannot find anywhere the girl that is at the restaurant who brings out the order to Jamie Farr's car. The Rolls Royce, and says, "This is the first time that we took an order by phone." Who is that girl? I feel like I should know her. Like she's done something I've seen her in, but I can't find anything on IMDb. I don't know who she is. Do you remember who she is, or do you have any info on her?
I am looking. I have no clue who the hell she is. Cannonball Baker Sea to Shining Sea Memorial Trophy Dash.
Thank you.
Sorry. As I'm going through my notes, I do not have anything about her.
She's awfully familiar looking, so we'll have to figure that one out later.
That may be a deep we may have to actually look that up. Cameos. Brock Yates.
I wouldn't say a cameo. Well, yeah, Brock Yates is in it a couple times. What are you talking about?
Okay, so let's get back to the movie here. Okay. We went through all of the cast.
Mm-hmm.
We went through how much money it made.
Yep. Brock Yates being involved and in the film, and it's funny because they actually start the film and end the film in the actual starting and ending point of the real races.
I know I've said this, but I have to reiterate this. He actually wrote this movie, and this movie is 100% based. Okay, what are you shaking your head for here? I'm feeling like you got apoplexy or something.
Yes, he wrote the original script. You are correct.
Correct.
However, it did get appropriated by the director and the producers and changed into something different from what his vision was.
Correct. his vision was based on his experience running the Cannonball Run.
Yes.
Hal Needham, as well as the producers, came in, as well as Burt Reynolds came in and built comedy into it. Which kind of brings me to my first trivia question, my friend.
Oh, dear God. Let's whip out the pages and see what we got.
Tell me, do you know the history of the ambulance?
1979 race at Yates Forum. He was one of 46 teams in which director Hal Needham, to complete the 150-mile-per-hour van, converted into an ambulance with L.A. doctor Lyle Royer and Brock's second wife, Pamela Reynolds, riding as the patient in the gurney. Is that good enough for you?
That is very good enough.
Transmission gave out after 50 miles, which is in the film. You know, the transmission was slipping and they get put on the back of the thing. Yep.
Wait.
He gave out 50 miles short of the Redondo Beach finish line.
Did you happen to say who he was racing with?
Hal Needham. And
No.
Brock's second wife, Pamela Reynolds.
The ambulance used in the movie is the actual ambulance that director Hal Needham and screenwriter Brock Yates.
Wow. That's why it looks so familiar. Awesome.
Souped up to race in the real Cannonball Run. So that is the actual
car that did the actual race.
Correct.
Okay. I have a trivia piece that it's impossible for you to know.
Okay.
In the movie, at the beginning, the Ferrari,
the Cantat,
the Ferrari with Dean Martin and Sammy Davis, pull over the ambulance and they want to bless it.
That's not at the beginning of the movie, but go ahead.
It's not at the end. It's near the beginning.
Go ahead.
Okay, so that scene actually takes place on a street that was going to be built for development literally 3 miles away from the Portofino Inn in Redondo Beach, California.
Correct.
The reason I know this is because my dad told me this. He's actually got to see when they were setting up for the whole shots, everything. This was on the way to his girlfriend's house. So he showed me the main road, and then there's this curve off of the main road and it dead ends. So they had plenty of places to put cameras and stuff where they were not interfering with traffic. But it's a good hour before the end of the movie that scene takes place, because it happens well before the desert scene and the big fight scene and the end of the movie. So, an hour into the film, they're filming literally 2 miles away from the end of the film. So that's my little personal bit of trivia from that film.
Unfortunately, I knew it
because we talked about it previously.
So, with that said, premise of this film is very simple. It's the race. It's the Cannonball race, people. And by golly, it is the best cast that you will ever find in the world.
It's a little busy.
It is busy, but 1980s, you have Dean Martin and Sammy Davis Jr. in your movie.
They're kind of at the end of their careers, but okay.
Yeah, well, they were big, 50s through the 70s. But myself growing up, I was born in 68. I knew who Dean Martin was.
Yeah.
I remember the Dean Martin show.
Yeah.
I remember who Sammy Davis was.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, he's black.
What? Hold on. Wait, I kind of half named my daughter after him. What the fuck are you talking about?
And in this movie, they do make fun of him being black.
The
and short.
the how they refer to him in the chocolate monk.
The chocolate monk. And then my favorite Dean Martin moment. He's small. You're small.
SM all small.
Why SM all?
Hold my drink. Comes up often in that film. I was like, oh dear God, how often we said that? Those lines. Hold my beer.
Yeah. Let's see here. I know I freaking took a clip out of the show that I wanted to play. And now I can't find it. Oh, that sucks. Oh, that sucks. Oh, that sucks.
So did you know that Brock Yates invited many of the original Cannonball runners to bring their cars down, and so they and their cars could be extras, especially in the beginning of the movie?
I did not know that.
That's how you have some, and it's kind of sad because in the beginning of the movie, you can see this whole lineup of cars, but you can't really see them very well. But I mean, there's some really nice cars in that group, and they used the local weekend warriors. What do they call the military people? They used their facilities to lock up the more expensive cars at night.
Yes. I did know that. Hang on. I figured out where it is. I'm such documents, movies. It's in here. What do you mean nothing matches my shit? All right, so essentially we're not going to have that. I'm sorry.
Nah, I'm okay with that.
I can't believe I gave my panties to a geek. I can't believe I gave my panties to a geek. I can't believe.
Crackly, but funny.
I can't believe I gave my panties to a geek.
There you go. That sounds a little bit better. Let's get back into this. Apparently, Jackie Chan made his first U.S. movie appearance, inspired by director Nal Needham's notion of including bloopers during the closing credits. Chan began a tradition of doing the same thing
in his films. Nice. Very nice. Oh, shit. I did have the thing about the same vehicle. The ambulance, a Dodge Tradesman ambulance, was fitted with a NASCAR engine.
Yes. Let's see here. What character does Burt Reynolds play in the first and second movie?
J.J. McClure.
You got it. What famous NFL player is in this movie?
We talked about him before. Now I can't remember his name. That's he's in the pool. Terry Bradshaw.
J.J. McCall calls Farrah Fawcett's character Beauty. What is her character's real name?
Pamela.
Pamela what?
I don't know.
Glover.
Oh, very nice.
What kind of car does the Sheik drive?
A Rolls-Royce Phantom?
Okay. Who wins the first Cannonball race?
The Lamborghini team of Adrienne Barbeau, and forgive me, I can't remember the other lady's name.
The characters were Marcy and Jill.
Okay.
What does Farrah Fawcett
Trees.
love? Yes.
She loves being under trees at night with the wind blowing through them. See, I did watch this film. I swear to God, I watched the film I don't like. I didn't watch the film I love.
Okay. Have you seen part 1 and part 2?
I may have seen part 2. I do not remember it in any way, shape, or form.
Okay, I can't ask that then.
I mean, go ahead, try. I whatever. Go ahead.
In one scene, the Cannonballers are sitting at a roadblock when a biker gang rolls up.
Mm-hmm. This is in the first film.
Tell me about the biker gang.
It is Henry Fonda is the leader of the gang, and the big bald guy, if I'm not mistaken, is also the big effing German guy that was in Raiders of the Lost Ark in the airplane fight scene.
Which you are absolutely correct about. But
isn't it also the first appearance of Captain Chaos in the whole movie?
But before we go to Captain Chaos, I think we see Captain Chaos before this.
Okay.
I think we see him before this because before the accident with Burt Reynolds and Dom DeLuise, they're already starting to talk about him.
Well, they talk about him a lot. Him.
Anyway, okay, the biker gang.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know, almost 3/4 of the people in the biker gang were from the movie Easy Rider.
Nice.
Fonda played a reprising role
as his character in
Easy Rider.
Nice.
For this show. When the road finally opens and the brawl is still going on, who is the only character left fighting?
Jackie Chan turns around and kicks more ass, and it's awesome. Then he splits his pants before he leaves.
Okay. So we're this actually goes before that period.
Okay.
What is Dr. Nicholas Van Helsing's profession?
Proctology. Slaps it on Burt Reynolds' mustache.
What does you just killed the question. What does Nicholas Van Helsing do with his right hand before shaking J.J. McClure's hand?
Well, no, he coughs into his hand, and then he shakes his hand, and then he rubs his hand on his own vest.
What is the only thing that Dr. Nicholas Van Helsing ever touches J.J. McClure with?
It would be his middle finger on his mustache.
How could this not be one of the funniest movies ever?
Oh, funniest. It is funnier than the previous movie we talked about. No doubt about it. No doubt in my mind whatsoever.
Okay. Let me ask you a question here.
Okay.
Who does Roger Moore play?
plays Seymour. Oh God, I can't remember his last name. Who thinks he is Roger Moore?
Seymour Goldfarb.
Well, then his mom wasn't she in the Disney movie, something about Candlestick, or not Candlestick, but she was in some Disney movies and a bunch of shit in the early years.
I don't
Return
remember.
to Candlestick Manor, I think was the name of the Disney movie or something like that.
Oh, it's right here. Seymour Goldfarb's mother, who played her, Molly Picone. Molly Picone does not have much screen time in the Cannonball Run. In one memorable scene, she confronts her son, blah, 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 doesn't say. Oh, she is famous for... Molly had a career that spanned several decades. After starring in silent films, she graduated to Broadway and was in Fiddler on the Roof.
Oh, God, that's right.
She died in 1992 at the age of 93.
Good run.
We've had this discussion already that this was the show of cameos.
Oh, God, yeah.
Dean Martin.
Well, he wasn't a cameo. He was in the movie. I mean, you know.
Well, I don't want to say cameos.
It was a big budget, big film studio production. So it was kind of like, you know, Mad World, where you got like everyone who was popular together and just kind of let them go.
I mean, you had Seymour Gold, not Seymour. You had Molly Picone.
Mm-hmm.
You had people like Jamie Farr who were only in a couple of scenes,
right.
at the most. Even Dean Martin and Sammy Davis Jr. only had about 4 scenes that they were in. This was a huge, big budget movie.
Oh yeah.
I think we're gonna have to take a little break here for a second.
Issues?
Yeah, people just came home and they're coming in and out and all that. So I think we're gonna have to take a little break here. Go refill, go to the bathroom, have a good time.
We'll be back soon.
Right back for the last half hour.
Welcome back.
Holy shit, people. I just think we drink too much.
No.
I'll cut that out of the show. All right. So, what was your favorite part of this movie?
Well, on a personal level, I kind of dig the fact that they end at the Portofino Inn, which is literally 100 yards down from the beach I used to hang out at. Like, you know, it's not that far away from Good Stuff on the Strand, which is a restaurant right on the beach right there, which has a webcam that you can look at any point in time to see who's walking down the Strand and who's eating at the restaurant, which might even be, I'd have to look this one up, but it may be the same restaurant that Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez are at in the movie they were playing Garbage Men in, which escapes me completely because of the bourbon.
It is the exact same place.
Nice. So I have some personal things about that movie that I dig. Oh God, God, I love the Lamborghini scenes when they're trying to get away from the cops and they jump onto the on ramp and then back up, and then it turns out that it's a female cop, and the female cop is probably one of your trivia questions, and I can't remember her name, and she's a fucking like SI model or something. Who is that?
Actually, I have no clue.
What?
It is not on my trivia list. Let's see here. Dude, I didn't do IMDb for this one because of the fact that
Valerie Perrine. There we go. Valerie Perrine. Excuse me.
There you go. I did not do IMDb
Superman 2, Superman 3. Okay, there you go.
Because of the fact that you caught me on
numerous occasions. Well, that's why I tried to stay away. I let you have your source. I try to deep dive into other shit, but yeah, obviously that first film we were fucked. There was just no two ways about it.
Okay, so who was originally supposed to play Sammy Davis Jr.'s part?
Ooh, I have no clue. Who was that?
Don Rickles.
Oh God, that would have been equally as funny. And that Ferrari team was actually based on a real team that ran the Cannonball Run originally.
Yes. Okay, now this is gonna be a little bit long, but I'm gonna do it. It's not trivia.
Okay.
But it is knowledge is power. There are numerous James Bond references throughout this movie, resulting in a rumor that Alfred R. Broccoli had Sir Roger Moore sign a contract which forbade him to spoof or make references to James Bond in any non-Bond movie. However, in September 2014, during an audience Q&A, Moore stated there was no such contract, but that he had promised Broccoli that he would never do anything that would hurt James Bond.
Fair enough. Although the license plate on the DB5 that they drove,
yes,
had the same exact license plate as one of the original James Bond films.
Correct. From Goldfinger.
Yes.
Or the license plate number of the 1964 Silver Birch Aston Martin DB5, driven by Sir Roger Moore in the film, was 6633PP.
Yep.
And it was the exact same license plate from The Spy Who Loved Me and Moonraker.
Both really great films.
Yes.
The Spy Who Loved Me is not bad. Moonraker, that was just cashing in some Star Wars shit there. It was not good.
Was it really?
It was not good.
Because that was like the worst technical shenanigans, whatever. What is it?
Special effects?
That's it.
Yeah.
I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was ugly.
What was Bert Convy actually famous for?
No, he was I don't remember the show, but he was a host on a show. It wasn't Match Game. It was, oh God, what was the game he was on? I don't know. What was it?
Oh, come on. You got to guess.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Something with cards. Card Sharks.
Yes, you got it.
Oh, God. There's a brain cell I didn't know I had.
Holy crap!
Wow.
I didn't think you were gonna pull that off.
God, no. That was totally out of the rectum on that one. Holy crap.
Okay.
Woo.
The Hawaiian Tropic NASCAR
Yes.
was inspired by the real life Fire Am, entered into the real race by George and F. George and P. Brennan. The Fire Am previously has been run at the Daytona 24 Hours race.
Nice.
The owners had just stripped the number off the door and loaned it to the Cannonballers.
Although in the movie, that car is owned by Haas Ellington. It starts off as a 75 to 76 Laguna, but after they paint it, it somehow becomes a Monte Carlo.
Yes, did you? Okay.
And I saw that because, like, the bumper is like, I'm like, what the fuck did this? Yeah, I was like, yeah, I was kind of flabbergasted. Donnie Allison's Hawaiian Tropic sponsored NASCAR Winston Cup Series Chevrolet stock car. And then it turns into Monte Carlo. Like, that's some really kick-ass paint you got there, guys.
Dude, yeah. Who do you think was the best actor in the show? Okay, hang on. Before you go any further, let's look at this in perspective. Who is the best actor in the Gumball Rally?
Ooh, yeah, that Raul Julia is going to be my absolute top pick in that one.
He stole that movie.
Absolutely.
Now, who in this movie was the best actor?
Farrah Fawcett's nipples.
Okay, who?
Yeah, you can't tell me I'm wrong. Because you name one thing from that movie that you remember the most, it's her goddamn nipple. No, I would say Jack Elam is probably my favorite acting bit in that whole movie. I mean, I love Dean Martin to death in that movie, and I love Sammy Davis Jr. to death. But Jack Elam is just fucking hilarious. He's over the top and low key all at the same time. I love his performance in that movie. Should I start the procedure now?
Should I start the examination? JJ.
Oh, she's a perfect specimen.
Oh my gosh, it's the perfect specimen. JJ, should I start the exam? Okay, Elam is fabulous.
He really is. He really is.
My favorite actor of all times is Bert. But I have to give the best to Dom DeLuise.
And I will back that up. If you're talking about the two of them against each other, Dom plays it more low key, and it's funnier that way. It's like Chevy Chase when he plays low key in Fletch is the funniest goddamn performance he's ever made in his life compared to all his and I know people love Vacation and Christmas Vacation. I get it. But Fletch is his absolute pinnacle of comedy. And Dom DeLuise pulls it off in that film. He just undercuts him every time, and it's fucking hilarious.
Yes. I would have to say that. I do have a trivia question for you.
Okay. All right.
Roger Moore's car.
Right.
What makes it iconic?
In the fact that it's a DB5 Aston Martin that's been used in many Bond films and actually has all the gear from the Bond films.
Oh, I think you're on the same track.
I mean, it has the ejector button that doesn't work until he gets into the car and ejects himself out of the car at the end of the movie.
What makes it iconic?
It's a fucking Aston Martin DB5 for fuck's sake. In silver. That's Bond's car. That's
Okay.
Bond's car for 50 fucking years.
Okay, Roger Moore. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready for this?
All right, let's do it. Okay.
The 1964 Aston Martin DB5 driven by Roger Moore is the same Aston Martin used in Goldfinger.
Ooh, that I did not know.
Ooh, this gets better, my friend. When it was driven by Sean Connery. The iconic Bond car went through several owners before being purchased by a car collector, Anthony Pugilis III, in 1986 for $250,000.
Oh, God, that's it?
Yeah, that was it. Are you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
The car was stolen from Pugilis' storage facility in 1997 and has never been recovered.
No shit. Now, that sounds like a scam to get insurance money, but whatever.
Fuck yeah, I am the best trivia guy in the world.
Until we get into my shit. Okay, so we do have to go into the darker side of this story. There was a tragedy involved. It involved the DB5.
Yes.
There was an accident, and there was a German-American stunt woman named Heidi von Beltz, former championship skier, stunt woman, who was critically injured in a car crash during that film. And she came in as a replacement for another stunt woman who had a family emergency. And to back up a little bit, I till this day, I did not notice that in every other scene with Roger Moore, there's a different woman in the goddamn passenger seat. He has a different girlfriend. There's like 5 or 6 of them. But anyway.
That was absolute brilliance by Needham.
Yeah, it was just like so subtle that, like, you know, it took a third watching of that film to go, wait a minute, he's got a different bitch now. What the hell? But anyway. So anyway, the car, the Aston Martin that they used in there, and they had done a number of takes. It was out in very hot weather. For some reason, it was the very last take. She did not put her seatbelt on. The tires were bald. There were issues with the car. Defective steering, a defective clutch, a defective speedometer. Nickerson had asked for repairs to the car, and while some were done, others were left unfixed, including the lack of seatbelts. During the planned stunt, the car collided head-on with a van, breaking Von Beltz's neck and leaving her a quadriplegic.
Yes.
She was eventually awarded $7 million for that accident. She only ended up with $3.2 million of it. Her lawsuit against the movie's producers had led to a required seatbelt use in all stunt cars from then on, and caused the Directors Guild to prohibit directors from altering stunts on location. So, sad fact, and you know, you hate to hear when stunt people get hurt, but it happens. So. So, going on to lighter things. Burt Reynolds did this film. How much did he get paid for this film?
You
probably know this one. You've been looking up shit.
Yeah, but I don't know if I don't think I have salaries on my list. I think it was like $5 million.
It was $5 million. And you know how many days he shot?
Oh, shit, no.
15 days.
That's it?
That's it. They had him for 15 days. He did this as a favor to Hal Needham because he had done a number of films with Hal Needham. So he was only there for 15 days, got $5 million, and then at that point became the highest paid actor in all of Hollywood at that point in time.
Okay.
All right.
I had no clue about that.
Yep. The desert scene where they're having the fight, people were passing out from the heat. It was so bloody hot. There was not enough water. People were just literally just falling on the ground, passing out.
The Lamborghini in the very beginning of the show.
Yes.
I can tell you it's chassis 11211112.
How many exhaust pipes did it have?
I don't know.
12. One for every fucking cylinder on that car.
I didn't even look that fact up. But let's see here. Adrian Barbeau drove it. Tara Buckman drove it. It is the 30th car to be included. Where?
I do not know.
It is the 30th car to be included on the National Historic Vehicle Registry at the United States Library of Congress.
Very nice.
And is shortlisted of cars to be considered of national importance to the United States.
I got to watch a YouTube video of a gentleman who had run the Cannonball, who got invited down by Brock Yates with his Lotus Esprit, which of course was broken. It was in Atlanta at the time, thank God. So they got the car put onto a lift, taken down to the shoot area. They push it off. They put it there. And so this gentleman who was invited by Brock and his car were there. He is in the bar scene. And he's got this great interview on YouTube where he talks about he was in television, so he kind of knew, blocking and everything. He's like, I knew where the camera was going to pan to, so I stood there. And so he's wearing a blue and white America cap or something like that. So he's got his 7 seconds of fame there. And his brother was also there in a red and white cap at the beginning of that scene. But there was a crane set up with a big light. Obviously, at night, they wanted to show some moonlight so they could actually see the cars and everything like that. They overextended the crane. The crane fell while this guy was in his Lotus. It crushed an AC Cobra, a real one.
Fuck!
Behind him. It did not hit his car in any way, shape, or form. But yeah, they had to fix the Cobra for that. But yeah, it was a great little interview to watch on this thing. But yeah, so I mean, officially the cost of the film was around $20 million. However, the payouts for the fixing the cars and the lawsuits after that probably bumped it up a little bit more. So, and who was the only person in that whole film nominated for an award?
I think the common answer would be probably Burt Reynolds. But no. I'm going to say Dom DeLuise as the supporting.
Now, Farrah Fawcett was nominated for a Razzie Award.
No, she was nominated for her nipples. All right.
Here, wait a minute. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, got that. Blah 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 blah. I gotta make sure I got all this shit in here. It's 100%. Yeah. I believe. Oh well, there is a quote from Brock Yates about how he named the movie after his run, but he later was embarrassed by the film itself. So I don't think that was the film Brock wanted to see. And that's kind of one of the reasons I think that the previous film is kind of the film he probably wanted to see.
Okay. I'm going to go through.
And this is a film. I love this film. Don't get me wrong. I will watch this film anytime it is on. It is funny as hell.
Don't give your synopsis yet, because we're not at the end.
Okay. All right.
Don't give your synopsis until we're at the end.
Oh, God. Okay. What do we got left?
The first highway patrol officer that pulls over Adrienne Barbeau and Tara Buckman was...
Oh, shit. I half know this one, but I can't recall it at the time. He wasn't a stunt driver. Who the fuck was he? He was somebody in sports.
No.
Nope. Okay. I give up. Who was he?
Burt Reynolds.
What?
Burt Reynolds in disguise.
No shit.
Yes. What request was made of the movie to the governor of Georgia?
Oh, crap. That I do not know. Not to give any speeding tickets? I don't know.
The producers asked the governor of Georgia if the crew could shut down the center of a town so a plane could land in it. The barriers that the police used to block off a section of the street could be seen in the movie.
Which I did see those. I was like, hey, wait a minute. They're blocking off that street right there.
I'm starting to feel like I'm getting the trivia thing here down. How many hours did the majority of the cast work? Actually,
total per day? What
how many days did the majority of the cast have to work on the project?
I would say 30.
The bulk of the stars on this movie only worked for 1, 2, or 3 days.
Oh, wow. So Burt actually did triple time.
Well, they were the headliners. Yeah. So let's see here. Director Hal Needham shows up in this movie 4 times. Can you name them?
Nope, I cannot. I mean, obviously, in the ambulance the first time, I would imagine probably in the bar scene at the beginning of the movie. He's probably at the end of the movie in the Portofino, and then I would say possibly the fight scene in the desert.
First as the EMT in the back of the ambulance.
Okay.
Then as the voice of the cop in the speed trap.
Ah.
Then as the truck driver who calls Sir Roger Moore on the CB.
Please speak the Queen's English or we shall no longer converse.
And finally, he ends up in the bloopers at the end of the movie.
And Casey Kasem made a spot appearance on the radio.
Casey Kasem, of all people, one of my heroes.
I love Casey.
Let's see here. I think I have one more. In one of the earlier scenes in the movie, J.J. McClure, Burt Reynolds, said could get a black Trans Am.
In reference to his previous movie.
And then answered himself, it's been done before.
Been done before.
What is this in reference to?
Oh, could it be? I don't know. Star Wars. No. Apocalypse Now. No, that's not it. Maybe Smokey and the Bandit? Do you know one of the ladies, there was a pair of ladies that actually ran a limousine in the actual race. It was one of the few accidents in some of the original races, and they went off the road and somebody broke her arm. But that was the worst of the accidents in the original races.
God, man. Okay, I'm heading to the Rotten Tomato.
Okay.
We discussed the Rotten Tomato for the Gumball Rally.
Mm-hmm.
The Rotten Tomato for the Cannonball Run. Guess.
I would say that's probably around the 35% range.
29.
Kind of close. Audience?
61.
Okay. I was gonna say in the upper 50s, so yeah, okay.
So let's go to Roger Ebert. Roger Ebert.
He fucking hated this film. Hated it. I believe he gave it a 0.5, if I'm not mistaken.
It was a 0.5.
Yep.
The Cannonball Run is in it. Wait, hang on. Is an abdication of artistic responsibility at the lowest possible level of ambition. Did he really say that?
Yeah, probably.
In other words, they didn't even care enough to make a good lousy movie.
Wow.
I named off 3 reviews from other people, and after Roger Ebert's did I say Roger Ebert, who honestly I think was one of the worst reviewers of movies throughout my life. Yeah.
I was one of the other guy, but yeah. I mean, they were mainstream dudes.
Vincent Canby of the New York Times. Inoffensive and sometimes funny.
That's a really good review of that movie.
There you go. The movie, who is this? Diego Galen from the El Paz in Spain. The movie doesn't go beyond repeating a formula of parallel stories. That's totally positive there. Variety. Jesus. Variety. Full of terribly inside showbiz jokes. You have 3/4 of showbiz.
Yeah. What do you expect?
Fully of terribly inside showbiz jokes and popularity by what could be called Burt Reynolds and Hal's Rat Pack.
Yeah, well, you know what? You do a movie that the people want to see, and obviously people wanted to see this movie.
Here's the problem. 2961. Guys don't listen to Rotten Tomatoes. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Okay, I'm good.
Both of these films are literally cult classics. Now, granted, this one made 100 million or so in the box office, something to that effect. Yeah, over 100 million. It supposedly cost 20 million, but once again, they had to pay out some more shit after that, so it could have been closer to 30. But they still made 100 million, so that was in anybody's eyes a successful film.
So answer me a question here, Burke.
Riddle me this.
Riddle me this. Which of these two movies tops each other?
Well, you're gonna say this one. I'm gonna say the other one. I mean, I could watch the Gumball Rally back to back 3 or 4 times and enjoy it every single time. After number 3 of watching this movie, I would get a little tired of it.
Okay. So,
and let's face it, an ambulance passing a 220 mile per hour capable Countach just is not in my wheelhouse of possibilities. Don't like it. Not gonna believe it. Don't care if Dom DeLuise turns into fucking Captain USA. Don't fucking care. It's fucking stupid. It's a stupid movie. It's like you got to be in that stupid mood to enjoy that movie.
But you see, we have several movies in our repertoire where that is the fact. Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah.
Airplane.
Airplane is a movie upon itself.
But these are movies that are based on comedy. And that's
based on no. They're based on absurdity.
And that's what this movie is based on.
Yes, it is an absurdist comedy, whereas the former movie is a little more grounded in reality.
So,
and I like them both for different reasons. And like I said, if I'm drunk, I will probably enjoy Cannonball Run more. So if you had to ask me on the bourbon meter,
well, we aren't to that point yet.
Oh God, okay, fine, okay.
But the final thing that I want to say before we get to the bourbon meter is that this movie is kind of the quintessential 1980s comedy where you really you're just there to have fun.
Oh yeah. It is a mindless movie.
The Cannonball Run was a movie, or not the Gumball Rally was a movie that was made that was supposed to make a point. So
what point would that be?
That point would kind of be that there are people in America that want to go race, and the rich folk are going to go race.
55 miles an hour is not good.
Who was it that started the Gumball Rally?
Brock Yates.
No. Who was it that started the Gumball Rally in the movie?
Michael Sorensen.
That's right.
The rich dude.
The rich dude. I'm not bringing money into this or anything like that, but the Cannonball Run, no, really you can't. You can't put money into it because the Gumball Rally, you look at some of the people, there's a guy that raced on a freaking motorcycle.
Mm-hmm. Not a lot of money involved there.
Motherfucker, I'm about to contradict myself
yourself
once again. The thing about both these movies is that they're both about the passion to do something. It's not just racing, it's the passion to do something. You got a guy on a freaking motorcycle who doesn't talk through the whole fucking movie.
Homage to Charlie Chaplin. I mean, it kind of looks like. And then you got these guys in an ambulance that just want to finish the race and win.
You know, it's you know. Okay, so let's get to the bourbon scale, and then I will do my closeout for this, and you can do yours after.
Okay.
What's your bourbon scale on the
Cannonball
Run?
Run? I can go at least one bourbon and totally enjoy this movie. I could even go a half a bourbon and still enjoy it. It is a completely different experience. And once again, it really depends on the mood as to what I'm in the mood for. If I'm in the mood for zany comedy, I could watch Stripes. I could watch Caddyshack. I could watch this film. And it's kind of the genre that I set this film into. It's that absurdist comedy movie. So it has its place in. It has its place in my heart.
I am going to give this movie a half. I could watch this movie every day. It has a lot of actors that I love. It has a lot of my past. It has my fascination for automotive sports. Not any motorsports, motorcycle, car. I don't care. I told Bert, if I ever won the lottery, I would do a Gumball Rally, but everyone had to use English cars.
British.
Didn't I say English?
You said English.
Yeah.
You mean British.
Okay, well, yeah, we're going to nail it down here. It's got to come from the island.
Great Britain.
Yes. It's got to come from the island.
Wait. Can we include Fiats? Maybe, just maybe?
No, that's French.
No, Fiats are Italian, but whatever.
I thought Fiats were...
Fiat's
right.
Italian, dude. Come on.
You're right.
A Fiat X19 would be awesome.
No.
And break down as much as any British car.
No.
Oh, come on. They're right next to each other, for fuck's sake.
So, I still believe...
Because I would love to drive a Fiat Spider.
I still believe that the Cannonball Run is a hell of a lot better than the Gumball Rally.
Okay. And you are entitled to your opinion, and I will support you wholeheartedly. If you handed me two films and said you can only watch one, I would choose the Gumball.
And he smokes a lot of crack. But that's okay.
That's
so
all right.
Now we are at this point where Burke looked at me and he was like, I want you to pick this movie for us to review next week. He didn't actually say that.
I didn't say that.
But I'm going to say he said that. So it kind of makes me go into a different realm here. Because we're now picking two movies to review in the week. And I have decided that since one movie, Murder by death was brought up tonight, that has to go into the list.
I'm all down for that. I love that movie.
The second movie that we will review after that is going to be my favorite movie of all times, which is Lone Wolf McQuade.
We're going to do an absurdist comedy and Lone Wolf McQuade.
Yeah. Do you know the movie at all?
I honestly don't think I have ever seen that movie.
Really?
I don't think I've ever seen that movie.
No, you're kidding.
No. There's a lot of them out there I haven't seen.
Yeah. Let me look at my list here. Hey, guess what?
Is it
that
on our
movie? That movie has been in our folder for over a month and a half.
Oh shit.
Ah. Both movies are in our folder.
Wait, Chuck Norris is in this fucking thing?
Yes.
Yeah, I guarantee I've never seen this. I mean, I think the only movie I have ever seen with Chuck Norris is the Bruce Lee film.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's the only one I've ever seen, movie-wise.
So in 2 weeks, we have to review Lone Wolf McQuade.
David Carradine, Barbara Carrera. Oh, shit. That's got some all right people in it.
Hey,
LQ Jones.
Guess what?
What?
Hal Needham
Directed this one?
No,
Or
he
he
makes
an appearance?
He's one of the stuntman.
Mm.
And you will actually notice him when he's shown on scene. We will actually have Scott's mother show up online for this review. She'll only be here for about 5 minutes.
Okay.
But she has to explain the fact that she had to watch. Literally, this bitch took my Lone Wolf McQuade VHS tape and smashed it into pieces because I played it every day. I would get home from school and I would play Lone Wolf McQuade.
Wow.
God, it's like the worst movie in the world, but you'll love it. And a little bit of trivia here, my friends. Lone Wolf McQuade is actually the basis of Chuck Norris's TV show.
The Texas Ranger?
Yes, Walker, Texas Ranger.
Alrighty then.
Was originally based off of Lone Wolf McQuade.
Interesting.
After about the first 5 minutes, you all will hate me. Because it's bad, but it's so good.
It almost sounds like Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
How'd you like to bite into that, develop lockjaw, and be dragged to death?
Oh, God.
Yes. Anything else for you? Hey.
What?
Anything else?
I'm spent.
Okay. I don't know if that's good, bad.
Yeah, I'm done. I got nothing.
Yeah. You might drink too much. You might want some of this behind me. You might Want to be a better person? Yeah, we're old. Okay.
We're old, used, and spent.
On that note, people, we're going to take off here. I think you guys know that the Cannonball Run is the better film. Hey, did we do our bourbons? We didn't.
We did our bourbons. You were at like 0.5 and I was at 0 for mine. So yeah, it was a whole 1 for me on Cannonball because it's just it's goofy and there's enough goofy movies out there.
Dude, you smoke too much pot.
Whatevs.
We're out of here.
Y'all have a good night.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. Get an expert now on TurboTax.com. Only available with TurboTax Live Full Service, real-time updates only in iOS mobile apps. See guarantee details at TurboTax.com/guarantees.